निर्भय निर्भय तू कौन सा वो चला रहा है अपना वो पावर पॉइंट?
जो आपने डे 12 वाला है।
डिटेल, ओके ओके।
बट टॉपिक आज का अलग है।
हाँ मैंने देखा हो, मैं चेंज कर दूंगा उसको।
ओके, आपको मैंने को-होस्ट बना दिया।
हाँ ठीक है।
से ब्रॉडकास्टिंग स्टार्ट करो, लाइव स्ट्रीम निर्भय। आणि सोबिकला स्पॉटलाइट कर लेटर, नॉट नाउ.
Good evening, good morning, good afternoon. Look at us. We are in the 13th week after we finished the 21 days. It's quite an achievement. We are going to continue through the Vishuddhi Chakra. The topic is slightly different this week, more focus on left side of the Vishuddhi Chakra, which is the point where on the left hand side, just at the corner of the neck and the shoulder, the point in which, or that stores the guilt, the energy of guilt within us. So last week's topic was looking at the drama of life, or witnessing the drama of life. The quality of Vishuddhi Chakra being on the center to witness, as well as on the right side, the drama. Whereas on the left-hand side, it is more to do with the energy of guilt. So whatever we do in the past, or not do actually, or we think that we've done any mistake or committed any crime or something like that, the guilt comes in and gets stored on the left side of our Vishuddhi Chakra. Before we actually go deeper into the topic, may I ask if there is anyone new today who has come here for the first time? You can actually unmute yourself now and tell us if there is anyone new, or if anyone wants the basics to be covered, then we could put you with somebody who is experienced into the breakout room. So just let us know if that is the case. As you know that we have gone into the 13th week, we have actually gone into quite a depth. So we might be talking about advanced stuff. Otherwise, it is all right. You can stay on. All right. So let's continue and take Bandhan to start with. So raise our Kundalini. Tie a knot at the top. Second time, 2 knots. And the third time, 3 knots. I can see some new names there. That might be a little bit overwhelming for them, but it is, you just watch it and try to absorb and absorb the vibrations and the energy rather. So it is a good idea. If you don't know anything of it that we are doing, then have your 2 hands, palms, stretched out on your lap, facing upwards, and put your attention at the top of your head. Okay, we now put on Bandhan. So Bandhan is like a rainbow around us. So on top of, so we start from the left, raise it, drop it on the right, and then go back from right to the left. So we make a rainbow there. We do that 7 times. So 4, 5, 6, and 7. Nirmala, can you show the slide with the Bandhan, please? Yeah, so that is how we take the Bandhan. If you are new here and you don't know, that's what we were doing. So first of all, raising the Kundalini and then taking the Bandhan. So basically what we're doing is raising the left, pushing the right, and then raising the right, pushing the left down. So that actually brings the balance in our ego and super ego, that are 2 institutions of our mind. So bringing that into balance actually helps Kundalini to easily pass through our 6th chakra, the Agnya chakra. All right, so we are talking about left Vishuddhi today. We will listen to a couple of talks from Shri Mataji. One does not specifically relate to left Vishuddhi, but the other one talks about left Vishuddhi. So still our overall attention would be on Vishuddhi Chakra. There are many qualities of Vishuddhi Chakra, as we learned last week. The very first one is the collective consciousness. So when we pass through Vishuddhi Chakra, or Kundalini, Mother Kundalini passes through Vishuddhi Chakra, that's when we start to feel the chakras and nadis, or the energy, you can say, of other people as well. So if somebody is catching on left nabi, then we might feel a little tingling or ticklish on our left middle finger. If somebody comes very angry and upset and a lot of thinking going on, then they might catch on right Swadhisthana. If they do not have good relationship with their father, they might catch, or a very pampering relationship with the father, then they might catch on the right heart, which is the right little finger. So by that we know that how the subtle body, or the chakras, or the nadis of the other person is. Or we can even feel the collective bada, as we call it, collective negativity, the attack on our collective. So if some false guru is mesmerizing a lot of people, and people are following them and they don't know what they're doing, this guru has control all over these people, then they might actually catch on their void, which we might feel around the center of our palm, on left or right. So by that we know the energy, Mother Kundalini within us actually let us know how the vibrations, the energy around us is, around the people around us are, and the situation around us is as well. So we become aware. So that is in very simple terms, is the collective consciousness, where we actually have the consciousness of the collectivity around us. That tells us that if someone catches on, let's say, left Vishuddhi, then we feel that. How is that possible? If somebody pinches us on our hand or wherever in our body, then we know it. Why? Because it is a part of our body. It is connected to the brain. And the brain tells us, okay, somebody pinched us, the message goes to the brain, it comes back again at the same point, and we feel the pain there. It happens so fast, we don't even realize that so much mechanism is behind that. Similarly, if we catch on Vishuddhi Chakra, if somebody catches, for example, if somebody catches on Vishuddhi Chakra and we feel their chakra on our hand, that means analogically, they are also part of us. That's why we can feel, otherwise we can't feel, right? So that means that everyone is interconnected. So collectively, we are one, but physically, we think we are separate, all right? That's why we say we are not this body, we're not this mind, we're not this ego or superego, but we are the spirit, and spirit is one. So, and we are part and parcel of the whole being. So we make up as microcosm, combined together, and we make the macrocosm. That's the big picture, right? So this is the quality of the Vishuddhi Chakra. When it opens, we then begin to feel the collective state of being, we can say, all right? So at the same time, because we are feeling other, because we know we are all one, so what is going on outside that makes us believe that we are not one is all the drama. So that is then what helps us is our right Vishuddhi to witness the drama. Okay, this is all the drama going on. And I, as this body and ego and superego, actually is interacting. I am interacting with this drama. But as a spirit, I'm just absorbing. So that power to witness is given by the right Vishuddhi. Left Vishuddhi is again where our because of our actions or because of our thoughts, or because somebody has told us that, okay, you have committed such and such sin or this and that, that guilt is stored on the left side, right? Sometimes we do things that we know somewhere in our consciousness is wrong, but we still do it. But we feel it that, maybe we shouldn't have done this, or something like that. Then that energy also gets accumulated on the left side of our Vishuddhi Chakra. And it is a very, very heavy energy, actually. It does not allow Kundalini to move up. So Shri Mataji gives us a very simple technique to deal with that. And that is to face the mistakes. So, okay, accept it that we made a mistake, or we have been involved in such and such thing, but let's face and see that we do not commit the same thing in the future that gives us guilt, right? So we move on, basically, all right? And as a spirit, because we are the observer, as a spirit cannot commit the mistake. It is our ego and superego, this body and whatnot. They actually get involved into the drama of life, and they develop that karma within us, and we feel guilty about it. Okay, so the time has come that we face it and we move on. All right. So what we'll do now is, if you've got foot soak bucket, have your feet into the water, and you can rotate your right hand around the bucket, a circumference of the top like this, giving the vibration to the water. We can actually call upon the deity of the ocean, the Samudra Devata, to be present in this tub of water, salt water, and absorb all our negative energy from within our subtle body. All right. So we'll go into meditation with this foot soak. And we'll listen to a talk of Shri Mataji. It is about 15 minutes. She talks in general about Vishuddhi Chakra. So while we are doing foot soak, we will also have our hands open on our lap, and we'll listen to Shri Mataji. And when we listen, let's not react to what she's saying. Rather, go into a subtlety of it and absorb the energy and see what is happening when you are not reacting and just watching and trying to absorb that energy. What is happening within your own spine, your own nadis, which is your channels along your spine and at the top of your head. So best is to pay attention to your hands and on the top of your head. Okay, let's now watch Shri Mataji's talk.
I'm happy that you all were meditating here, and we're trying to develop your depth. You all have depth, a very deep personality within yourself. But we have to touch that. That's very important. Because, you see, we sing, have music, that's a very good thing. We enjoy each other's company also is very good. And that's a nice thing. But we have to enjoy our own company also. By meditating, going within yourself. Now, what is the use? One may ask, Mother, now we have got realization, we have a nice life, we are enjoying ourselves, we are doing so well. The deeper you go, the deeper you touch the essences of all the things, like all the elements. When you had finished your meditation, you saw how the rain fell down, how the rain came suddenly. So rain has felt your depth, or you have felt the depth of rain. Now you know that if you light one little candle and put your finger towards it, with my photograph there, it acts, it reacts, and it gives you a flame which burns, sometimes gives you smoke, sometimes it gallops. So you have noticed that there's a reaction even in the fire. So all elements have got an effect if a saint wants to have an effect. But first of all, you must reach your own essences. Once you reach your own essences, then you reach the essences of all the elements. And then you can handle all the elements as you like, or you can order them as you like. First, they will act, expressing that they have been touched. Like today, the rain came pouring down. then later on you can command and you can ask the rain to come, to work out many things of that kind. We have to be deep people. We have to go much deeper within ourselves to touch our essences. That is, you know very well that all our chakras are made out of these essences. And when we go deep into ourselves, what we find that we can touch the elements very well. While doing so, actually we move horizontally. When we start moving horizontally, at the core of it we find that there are these essences placed. And these essences then start exciting the essences across. Like in the radio you have seen there's ether. Now when you speak on one side of the radio, it gets completely manifested in the essence of the ether, and then everybody can hear it. Now when you people just give a bandhan, sometimes you find that you have communicated with another person. But that's only the essence of the ether, or we can say the subtler of the subtlest. People have only gone onto the subtler side, we can say, by science, but you go to the subtlest side, and that subtlest side gives you all these effects. Now you have seen also that in some of the photographs suddenly you find light coming out of my head, or there's somebody shown us with a light, somebody's from the head the light is coming. You have seen all this. This is done also by the same method, but here the deities like Vishnu Maya works out. She's very active, she works it out, she does all these things. And you know that also, that when they gave me once a beautiful crown in Switzerland, in the sky they got the photograph of the same, very beautifully done. The crown was there, Fatima's crown, my face, my eyes and everything so clearly. All this is done by Vishnu Maya. So all the essences are working out for you, as well as all the deities are working out for you. They are very anxious that these things should be done, and you are the channels for them to work it out. Now for example, as I told you the other day, if you don't keep yourself all right, a simple thing I told you to put in the nose some ghee. It's a very simple thing, but that helps me a lot, because that helps my Vishuddhi. But if you don't do it, I suck in any case. Whatever problems you have, I suck in. I suck in the problem of Sahaja Yogis, also the problem of the city where I am, also the problem of the country where I am, maybe of the whole universe. But my horizontal movement is quite large and is very subtle, and I do it quietly. But you must also understand that you can do a lot by your horizontal movement. By horizontal movement, what happens? That you start meditating on a particular subject, which is a very bothersome subject, and which is for the destructive of humanity. Anything, you just put your attention to it and meditate. If you are that deep, that means if your caliber has improved to that extent, you will immediately put an effect on that. Immediately you will see there will be a change. There will be something happening in that direction. This is your power, which you have to actually develop. So we have to meditate, and by meditation we develop that strength within us. So automatically we start solving the problem. Like our antennae grow up to that point, the way we are strong inside, they grow outside to help so many things which are to be helped. Now you see that people are realizing that the world is in a great mess, and there are lots of problems that have come through materialism, through wrong thinking, through emotional thinking, through stupidity, we can say. We have no time for all this. what we have to do is to develop ourselves deeper and deeper and deeper, so that on horizontal plane also we are effective. Sahaja Yoga, first of all, is for personal improvement, is for the inner improvement as far as the personal side is concerned. Means your intelligence must improve, your temperament must improve, your heart must clear out, your feelings must be all right, then you should, your health should be all right, then your relationship with others should be all right, your ego should go away, your superego should go away. All these things are there. But this only helps a personality, just a personality that is very limited, that is yourself. But now this personality can become an instrument if you can develop that depth within yourself. But normally what happens, people are very much still worried about themselves, say about their wives, about their children, about their husbands or their household or this and that. These are not important things, because we have to be those instruments which are what you call them like pilotless bombs. We have to develop that depth within us. That depth is possible, and you can really cure many problems of your country if you could just meditate on that. Now for today, I had actually sucked in most of the problems which I felt were there in Canberra and later on in that conference and later on here. All these problems came into my understanding, I would say, and I was trying to work on them. My working style is different because I have very sharp and very effective instruments, but I have to pay attention to it, and I a little bit suffer also, doesn't matter. Now for you also, it is important that you also develop those deeper feelings within you, deeper sense within you. But mostly people are very superficial type. They just think about their body, their impressions, how they carry themselves. At the most they think they have to be very legal-minded, or we have to be at the most not drinking, not smoking, and all these things are achieved and we have achieved everything. But I think that is not so. And second point is that we think that if we love each other, if we love mother, that is the end of everything. It's not true also. Because your love for me is there, no doubt, and it should be intense, it should be deeper. But the deeper you go into that love, then you will be surprised how you receive a special quality of correcting the things that are wrong around you. Gradually that quality improves. For example, a Sahaja Yogi goes to anybody's house, that house must become auspicious. But such a Sahaja Yogi must have a good heart. If the heart is not good, in the heart there is still anger, passion, lust, greed, then such a heart won't affect. But a person who has purified himself, if he goes into any family, any household, any society, the whole change will take place. The circumstances will change. Things that do not work out will start working out immediately. Like they said, Mother, as soon as you sent from this Sunday, everything started working out as far as the television is concerned and radio is concerned. I didn't do anything, in a way. But that should happen with you also. Wherever a saint goes, things are changing. But you have to be a saint. And a saintly person has a very deep understanding of another person. And this is what it is lacking. We don't have that deep understanding for each other. Then even if you have for some of your own friends, or maybe in the same ashram that you are staying and all that, but it should deepen much more. It should go further and further. Now even if you think of me, it works out. It's the other way around also. But first of all, the meditative process should be increased. We all must meditate. That is very important. Meditate sincerely, not just because we have to meditate, but because we have to be deep, we have to grow within, to express our great powers of divine love, to correct so many things, which you can do very easily. I know you all can do it. There's no need to have big degrees for that, big education for that. Nothing is needed. What is needed is a deep feeling of love for the whole universe. And that changes. All destructive forces change their course, and it is then for the constructive force. But on the whole, that works out much faster if you all do that meditation with sincerity, with intensity, with understanding. Alright? May God bless you. It is much more than our music, much more than my lectures or anything that we have to do. And now the course has to change. I'm sure you people will take to the new course. May God bless you for that.
We'll keep our attention at the top of our head, hands open on our lap. And while we watch our mind, we also ask Mother, please help us go deeper into our being in meditation. Please give us the depth that you're talking about. The subtlety where we can feel the vibrations around us, and the depth and subtlety that we develop may in turn bring auspiciousness to wherever we go, wherever we are present. We'll put our right hand on the corner of our neck and shoulder on our left side. We can take the fingertips to the back of our neck, like curl our hand towards the back of the neck. And we can say, Mother, please absorb all the energy of guilt that we have accumulated and help me be free of guilt. Help me face the mistakes. Help me move on. Help me not make that mistake again. The left and the right Vishuddhi chakras are represented by our left and right index finger. So if we feel any tingling or ticklish on the fingertip, on those fingers, we can just say, Mother, please awaken and nourish my Vishuddhi chakra. And put our attention on Vishuddhi chakra, that is on the level of our throat, of course. Watch what is happening there. Let's take our right hand back onto our lap. Eyes closed. Look at our Vishuddhi chakra. And we express our earnest desire. It must be a pure and sincere desire to Mother Kundalini. That Mother, let me attain the depth in my meditation. Let me understand and experience the subtlest essence of everything. The affirmation for this chakra is, Mother, I am part and parcel of the whole. I am not separate. I am part and parcel of the whole. Now at the top of your head, just watch and see if you have any thoughts. Another important aspect of our Vishuddhi chakra is that we express ourselves through this chakra. So all facial expressions, that is the result of our emotions or actions within are expressed through Vishuddhi Chakra, our speech. So we basically communicate with rest of the world using this chakra. And in essence, the ego and superego, they start to grow from this chakra and get manifested in our thoughts, through our Agnya Chakra later on. In the middle of Agnya Chakra and Vishuddhi Chakra, just between our brows, just at the base of our nose at the top, is another chakra, a sub-chakra you can call it, called Hamsa Chakra. Hamsa means the power of discretion or discrimination, you can say, where we can know what is right and what is wrong. In our awareness. So that chakra is also kind of part of Vishuddhi Chakra. So too much of left Vishuddhi, or the guilt, affects our power of discretion, as well as too much of the right when we are not able to witness, but are involved in the drama of life. And that also affects our Hamsa, the power of discretion or discrimination. So the decision making gets muddled up. We end up making wrong decisions and so on. So it's very important to keep our Vishuddhi Chakra clean and clear. One of the ways that Shri Mataji has suggested to not only clear Vishuddhi Chakra, but also to clear Hamsa Chakra at the same time, is to put a couple of drops of ghee into our nostrils every night. Now, ghee is the purified butter. So you can melt the unsalted butter to get ghee. What we do is we put ghee in a small dropper and we melt that every night and just put a couple of drops into the nostrils and let that ghee goes into your sinuses and everything. We also mix a little bit of camphor with the ghee, not much, just a little bit, but that camphor is not the camphor that we burn to start a barbecue. It is edible camphor. So don't use wrong camphor if you happen to use it. But just ghee is also okay if you want to put. So a couple of drops of ghee, and when it goes into the sinuses, not to the throat, so we must lie in a position where it goes into our sinuses. It helps open up the Hamsa Chakra as well, and also helps our Vishuddhi. We will demonstrate in one of the sessions this week how to put the ghee onto our nose, and you can try that. So now we can finish our foot soak. We can rinse our feet with water. Right, put the bucket aside. Okay. Now the other way to open our Vishuddhi Chakra is when you are outside in the open. Put both your hands like this towards the sky. All right, we can try that now. Although we are inside the room, but we can still try. And look up to the sky like this, exposing your Vishuddhi to the sky. Now, the element Shri Mataji talked about is the ether element. So when we turn our hands and Vishuddhi Chakra and merge them into the ether with our attention, most of the negative energy or badha or negativities in our Vishuddhi chakras are absorbed into the ether. All right. When we do that, actually, Vishuddhi chakra opens. We might be able to feel the vibrations on our hands, the cool breeze, if you have not been able to feel that yet. It is the way of expressing ourselves to this divine energy and saying that I am the part and parcel of the whole. Let me merge myself into this unlimited, all-pervading power. Please open up my Vishuddhi chakra and help me feel the energy, the cool breeze. All right. Let's take both our hands down on our lap now. See what difference it made. See and watch your palms. See if the subtlety of your palms, if you can feel the energy, the coolness on your palm. And eyes closed, now we can put our attention at the top of our head. Go beyond our mind. We are not this mind. That's the constant reminder to us. We're not this mind. We're not this body. We are the spirit. And everything that spirit does is through the attention. So if our attention is on our spirit, then spirit becomes the commander, not our ego. That's how we become the witness to our own ego. So if we can look into our mind and see the thoughts or superego in that sense, because the thoughts are coming from the past or the future, we begin to separate from them and we realize that they slow down, and then we can access that emptiness within our head where nothing is there except the silence. Okay, now while we are in this silence mode, we listen to the second talk of Shri Mataji, which is about 5 minutes long, where she talks about the left Vishuddhi as well. So let's just watch our thoughts be silent from inside and listen.
So the principle of ascent is to be in the center, to be in the balance, to be in the maryadas of the center, to be in the boundaries of the center is the principle. So what happens when we do not keep to the boundaries, to the maryadas? Then we get caught up. If we keep to maryadas, we can never be caught. Many people say, why have the maryadas? Say, we have the maryada, the boundaries of this beautiful ashram here. And somebody is attacking you from all the sides, on all the sides of the void. So if you go out of the void, you get caught. That's why you have to keep to the boundaries. And to keep to the boundaries is difficult when you have two problems. One is the ego, another is the superego. Now, as in the West, superego is not such a problem. Ego is the problem, and it has very, very subtle implications now. I can see the complicated style of egos we have. One is a gross, like Khomeini style, which is dry, it's obvious, evident, everybody can condemn. That one is the one, either one corrects or gets completely destroyed. But ego, if it is of a stupid person, then he behaves in this manner only, that he doesn't know how to hide his ego in sophistication. But the Western ego is extremely sophisticated. The language, everything is very sophisticated. Like in English language, we'll say, I'm afraid I have to slap you. I'm sorry I have to kill you. It's such a devious thing, you see. Once you said, I'm sorry, that means you have put a chocolate on top of that, isn't it? It's such a camouflage. Must understand. See, we must face as we are. We cannot be facing something else. But this is exactly what happens with sophistication, that we avoid facing ourselves. Today, though the day is of celebration, so in all humor we should understand what this stupid thing called ego is. In all humor, not in seriousness. But I don't want you to again feel guilty. Now, as I was explaining in the morning, how ego becomes, we left Vishuddhi. I mean, even before going to the hall, my attention on the hall, I get a big lump, just painful, horrible, excruciating. I mean, all the time it is there since I have been in the West. Can you imagine? It has never vanished. So this chakra is all the time working. Poor thing is so much now tired, Vishnu Maya's chakra. So what happens really, we should see the physical side of it. It's very important to understand. You see, from childhood, if we are taught in a society like this, where you are an extrovert, you have to achieve something, some success or this and that, then the idea of strength is given to you. That it is weakness to tolerate something. Imagine in Christian nations, that's the best part of it. I am sorry, I will kill you sort of thing. In Christian nation, you see, they have this thing, theory, that it is weakness, that if you tolerate anything, it is a weakness if you get dominated by someone. You can never be successful if you do like that. So unless and until you are possessed, you can never be obedient. This is what it is. Somebody has to possess you, absolutely possess you, like Hitler. Then you can be obedient. Otherwise, everybody has a big ego, as I had told you the story of the garbage cleaner. So everybody has a very, very big ego. Everybody wants to have their own way. And from childhood, you spoil your children too much. You spoil them, completely spoil them. All the time, you'll hug them, you'll hold them, you'll do too much. Children get spoiled. Think knowing of themselves. And then on top of that, if you tell them that you should not tolerate anything, they become disobedient. So you do not know how to obey others in any way. Ego does not know how to obey, because that is weakness. Obedience is weakness. So now, this poor thing, ego, has a limited thing. That is, this ego has a balloon which is limited. But it bursts when you get your paralysis and all those things. It does burst. But it is flexible also. So when the ego starts getting too much on top of the superego, then the superego can go up to a point. It is also there. So to get rid of the ego, people take drinks, drugs, just to push it back. So increase the ego, increase the superego. So the ego comes down. So you are playing between, then you have a hangover. Then it goes on like this, you see, works on. This is the modern solution they find for ego. All right. Otherwise, ego is too much. So when somebody says something to you, instead of facing up to it, supposing you find you have not been able to say, find a glass for me, a simple thing like take it. You sulk. Why? Why should you sulk for that? Because there's another place where the superego ego can go is when you come round. You see, here it crosses at Vishuddhi. So when it is suppressed from the other side, it goes into that Vishuddhi. So then you get the left Vishuddhi. It is nothing but pure ego, believe me, it's pure ego. Because it has no other way to get in, it goes there. And that's how you sulk and think. Think, so you get more ego, you fill up your left side and you sulk. You never face. Now, the practical way, the central path is established by being in reality. Now, as a matter of habit you must develop. Supposing something has gone wrong, tell yourself, yes, it has gone wrong because I have done the mistake, all right. Why did I do the mistake? Because of this, so next time no.
Okay, let's have both our hands on our lap now, facing the palm facing upwards and stretching forward. Eyes closed. We just look at our mind and see what thoughts are playing in there. Have they come from the past or have they come from the future? Have they reacted to something? What is being challenged within me? Is it my ego that is being challenged, or it is my conditioning that is being challenged? If something is challenging me, can I go beyond that and just witness? Be separated from the thoughts and just watch them. Can we see the clarity? Or can we see with the clarity where the thoughts were coming from, how they grew within me, and how they are covering my consciousness, how they are making difficult for me to rise above them. We can ask Mother Kundalini, Mother, please put me into meditation. Please help me witness my own thoughts, my own ego and superego. Can we feel the coolness on our hands? Have our thoughts settle down? Okay, so to end, we can take, again, we can raise our Kundalini and take Bandhan. So let's raise our Kundalini. And Bandhan. As we take Bandhan, we can feel the energy on our hand. As we go past the top of our head, should be able to feel that energy from our head into our hand. So takeaway from today is the key word called depth. Are we still superficial? Do we take our spiritual growth in all seriousness? And do we want to grow deeper? So when we want to grow deeper, we face ourselves, we correct ourselves, and we move on. While doing that, we should be able to feel the difference in our meditation. The difference being able to go into meditation easily and the ability to remain in meditation and enjoy at the same time throughout the day, not only when you're sitting down for meditation, but throughout the day, you should be able to feel that bliss accompanying you the whole day. And the second thing is wherever we go, we bring that auspiciousness, the energy of auspiciousness, and spread that horizontally, that is affecting others, to clear out and correct as well. All right. So thank you very much. Hopefully you've enjoyed tonight's session. And if there are any questions or any discussions, if you want to do, actually being in meditation, it's very difficult to go into that mode, but if you have any questions, please go ahead. I think I'll have to allow you to unmute yourself. Yes. So if you have anything to share, please do so. Otherwise, we'll call it a night. We've already gone past the time, actually. But thank you very much again. And let's meet tomorrow. Please feel free to talk if you want to.
Hello, thanks for the meditation. I wanted to know what's the name of the deity of the ocean?
Oh, actually, it's called Samudra Devata. Samudra means ocean and Devata means the deity. So it is actually literal translation of deity of the ocean. But it's just
okay.
just how it is said in Sanskrit. You can ask the deity of the ocean like that in English as well. we just call Samudra Devata. Samudra is ocean, and Devata means deity. So deity of the ocean.
Thank you.
Thanks. All right, guys, you have a good night and good day wherever you are. I'll see you tomorrow.